Welcome. So it's Friday. It's around 6:30, and I'm coming live. So as per most of Fridays, I do that. And so here I am. I have no idea what the heck I'm going to be talking about, but I do have my tarot deck, my beloved Light Seers tarot deck. So if you're there and you want a card, just do not hesitate and ask a card, ask away. If you do want a card, please put your name in the comments. If you see the little icon there that says I'm live, it means I am live. If you don't see it, I'm not live. And when I'm not live, I'm not pulling cards. So if you want a card and you see me live, just ask away in the comments. Please give me your name. If you want a card, and say you want a card. In the meantime, I'm going to be rambling as per usual. And so I have I have one subject these days, and it's allowing sadness. So I think it's what's been going on for me. So I'm going to share about that. Hi, Mac. Of course, I'm going to pull a card for you. I'll just be a couple of minutes, just 1 minute talking about this thing. Yeah, I realized that in my life I've been allowed and encouraged by my system and family around to express most of my emotions, including anger, which weirdly enough was okay in my family, provided it was not dangerous, but sadness wasn't. And I'm kind of uncovering the depth of sadness that I've been repressing over the years. And I'm trying to find ways to express it in a way that is not drowning me. So yeah, I'll come back to that after I pull a card for you, Mac. If anyone else wants a card from the Light Seers Tarot deck, just give me your name in the comments. So, Mac, let me concentrate. Voila. So you have a wand card. So the wands in the tarot are the suit that are connected with the element of fire. And that means our desires, the drives, anything that pulls us forward, that we really, really feel this fire inside of us. And so the page, here she is. Isn't she joyful? Isn't she dancing? Isn't she exploding in her joy and creativity? And it's really an invitation to go wild, to allow all this creation, joy, optimism, and let go of any restraints. It's like unleash your joy, unleash your creativity. I love this card. Whenever it comes around, it's like it's permission to play. And so, Mac, the invitation here is to really go and feel deep into this infectious enthusiasm, this part of you that is explosively creative, explosively bursting with ideas, with and it's okay to have that many. It's okay to have new things, curiosity, new passions, and and gifting yourself this permission to dream, to invent new things, and have fun with it, and the shadow side of this card, which often appears in when this card is pulled, is how we limit this, how we try to cage her, and not allow her to dance in our soul, basically. And how, because we sometimes we have limiting beliefs, or we have fear that these ideas are not interesting enough, or crazy enough, or profitable enough. But the time right now is for you, Mac, to allow all this craziness, and this crazy, not crazy in a bad way, but this explosive, creative joy. And I hope you have fun with that. Yeah, go and dream huge dreams, and have crazy ideas. And don't care about the how and the when and the just have fun with it. I hope it makes sense. If it does, please tell me so. I love knowing if that resonated. If anyone else wants a card from the Lightseer's Tarot deck, just say hi. Oh, hi, Luna. If you want a card, just, specify you want to. As you know, I'm never pulling cards for people who were not interested, basically. So yeah, my path these days is around sitting on the dock of the bay with parts of me that have been unheard, and allowing for them to express themselves. Hi, Meg. Oh, Luna, you want a card, and Meg wants a card as well. Okay, I'll be pulling cards, and then I'll come back to my subject at some point. Allowing one's emotions to be expressed. Okay, so Luna. There you go. So Luna, you have a wand card as well. And again, the wands are the cards that are connected with the element of fire, with our with the drive in our lives, the things that ignites us, that makes us passionate or doesn't. And you have the 7. So 7 is a number of is the spiritual number, right? Number of 7 muses, and there's so many magic things that happen at 7. And it's always, in numerology, it's always connected with spiritual matters and journeys of the soul. So the 7, as it would show, is indeed a very spiritual card, the 7 of Wands. And can you see the bubble in which she is sitting? So the 7 of Wands is, for me, always a card that comes to remind us about boundaries, about creating this sacred space for your soul to be protected. And that means that you might be traveling through something challenging, but the resources to not fight but protect, or rather to go through this challenge, is with protecting yourself, with grounding, with allowing growth and movement even during challenging times, and that means taking care of yourself. It's like, do not hide, do not retreat. It might be challenging, but provided you take care of your energy, so of your spark, and you have nice boundaries and maybe nice spiritual practices, like it's a good time for meditation, for calling in the light, and then still feeling this vulnerability, this maybe challenging times, and still expressing that, still showing up for yourself in the world, without opening up to your energy to be trampled by anyone. So the shadow side is always about when we forget that the world can be tough, and we forget our boundaries. And so the invitation here for you, Luna, is to really keep on keeping on, provided you take care of your energy and you have those boundaries in place. I hope it makes sense. If it does, tell me so, please. Matt is saying, thank you, it's spot on. I was in rehearsals today, and that's my task, to express my senses when they became ablaze after being bedbound for 7 years and not able to chew or speak, draw or write. Wow, I'm so excited for you. So excited for you. I love it. I love it. I love it. Luna's saying goosebumps. Good. Goosebumps are good. So if anyone wants a card from the Lightseer's Tarot deck, just give me your name in the comments. So before going on with your card, Meg, I wanted to just kind of keep on weaving this conversation around expressing emotions that might be difficult. And so I'm going to use my story, which is, the best one, because this is the one I know best. So yeah, I came upon this thing in my life that was never expressed. And this sadness, this immense sadness that wasn't expressed at an age where I didn't have any words, actually, because it was too complicated to deal with. I was ill when I was 8 years old, and this illness made me believe I was dying. I wasn't, but I thought I was, for a long time, like 2, 3 months, which at that age was really heavy. And so this feeling of sadness of, I'm dying basically, and I wasn't supposed, for some reason, I thought I wasn't supposed to express it. So I was alone with this, and I never actually expressed it. So I found out a few days ago, thanks to an amazing session with a lovely woman called Vivian Watson, uh, uh, who I highly recommend. So I found out that this needed expressing. But I also understood very, with my intuitively and with my gut, that this little girl, this little 8 years old girl, was not going to be happy with me journaling, mostly in English. She was French. She didn't speak any English at the time. Um, Journaling or thinking about it or, understanding any of it. She needed to express it in a way that was convenient for her. And so I remembered that I loved drawing and painting and coloring. And so I gave her permission to do that for a few days now. I have, and this morning, and it has been quite intense because she has a lot to express. But I've just, my invitation here is, if you guys have something that needs expressing, think about who needs to express it. And if it's a child in you, or your inner child, or an actual child, or a person that did not have words, maybe try to find something else than words, because words always go through the mind, and the mind is a beautiful thing. It's also an absolute, very powerful filter, and that means that sometimes it still prevents us, in a way, to really accessing, the depth of the emotion and the expression of the emotion. So think about creativity. Voila. Sorry, long story. Meg, your card. And if anyone else wants a card from the Light Seers Tarot deck, just give me your name in the comments and I will pull a card for you very happily. Okay, so Meg, you have a swords card. So the swords are the suit of the tarot that are connected with the with the mind, with the brain, with the element of air, with the brain, the mind, with everything that goes on inside the head. And just as I was saying, obviously, there are no coincidences. The mind is the place where things are very often filtered. And so that means that we are, yeah, no doubt my story resonates. It's like every time we connect with other people online, energetically, there's, it's no surprise to me. There are no coincidences, only synchronicities. So yeah, the mind is always the place where we kind of filter everything. And we are in a society where the Athena archetype, which is the mind archetype for women, is very, very pushed. We are thinking people, we are writing people. So we're a society that is focused on the mind very much. And so it means that sometimes it prevents us from accessing the heart, or even the soul. Now, the 10 of Swords that you have, Meg, and there she is a very powerful card. She is leaving towards the sunshine, right? So 10 is the number of completion. So whatever was happening is now finishing or finished. And you can see all these birds flying away. And she is walking away from something. And so the invitation here for you is, what in your brain or in your mind needs to be walked away from? What place are you now actually finished with? And sometimes it can be painful because endings are sometimes not very high trace. If you want a card, just say so. So yeah, endings, Meg, are sometimes painful. Sometimes it means there's a crisis going on or something, but what you can see is that there's this huge opportunity to find healing with the ending. So in the ending, and it always reminds me of Kali, the goddess Kali, where the invitation is to really let something die. And it's the season for that. It's the season of the witch and Halloween, or rather Samhain, which is the end of the Celtic year, which means that on Monday night we can let go of everything from this year. So anything that happened or got highlighted ever since November 1st, 2021, can now be left. And it's really a powerful time for that. I would really invite you to harness this energy, Meg. It's big time, big time. And the shadow side of this card, weirdly enough, is resisting that. So the more we want to hang on to things, the more we want to keep them alive, even when they are finished. And we know deep down, your gut knows, your intuition knows that this is finished. And if we insist on keeping it alive, or kind of infusing it with life, it will never heal properly. And sometimes we need to let our wounds heal into scars, and that's the invitation for you, I think, here, Meg. So I hope it makes sense. I know it might seem like a heavy situation, but there is nothing more powerful than actually letting go of stuff that is already dead or in the process of dying. Enjoy, and then Kali will come and create these opportunities, because only in the void, not in the void in a bad sense, but only in the emptiness can something be created. If everything is full with old stuff, with half dead stuff, nothing can be created. So, oh my god. All right then. Sorry, Meg just wrote divorce will be final this month. Well, I rest my case. And again, it's an amazing opening. And again, if you look at this card, you can see how much light there is in the direction where she's walking towards. So Trace, darling, do you want a card? If anyone else wants a card from the Light Series Tarot deck, just give me your name in the comments and I will pull a card for you. But I need to know that you do want a card. Let me remind you why I don't do predictive tarot. I do energetic tarot, and energetic tarot is all about connecting with your energy. So I need to know that you are there, or at least that you have expressed the desire for a card. Okay, why do you feel greedy? What does greedy mean? You can have as many cards as you want. Okay, so card for Tracy. Let me connect with your energy. There we are. So that's a good one. I like it. I love it. So you have a wands card, and the wands are all about our desires, the drive, the energy, the spark, whatever ignites us to go and do stuff, or to go and start new things, or whatever. And you have the Ace of Wands. And can you see how much is in her mind? So the Ace of Wands is literally the spark of beginning. Something new is coming in your mind, something that is not fully created yet, something that is growing in your mind, something that is of an idea, or of the realm, of ideas, of new things that are created, that are not even fully created. It's like the seed of potential things. It's like the arrival of inspiration. It's before even the sprout comes out of the it's illumination, it's intense creativity, it's a lot of new things coming on. And it's also, this card has this incredible power of manifesting. So it's like the you own or you can harness this power of manifestation in your mind at this minute. It's like, if you allow for inspiration and creativity to take over, basically take over your mind, it's like, it can literally propel you into another dimension, let's put it this way. Now, obviously, there is a shadow side, like there often is with a tarot card, and the one that I see. So what I do is I read the shadow sides in the little booklets by the amazing Chris Han, who created this deck, and one of them just pops, and it's usually the one that is concerning you at this minute. So the one that makes sense for me, well, for you at this point, is unfocused energy resulting in burnout. So I think that the important thing at this moment is to really allow for this thing to grow without focusing on too many things at the same time. And, you know, it doesn't have to be finished. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be expressed. So you can, take notes in a notebook or whatever about if you feel the inspiration coming. But I would not recommend going on and trying to fulfill or execute so many things, because there is the risk of the not focus. Yeah, so that's the invitation. And that seems to be speaking to you. Said that speaks to me. I have just read some old PLM stories. Yeah, always good. Yeah, grounding, absolutely. And staying committed to fewer things, but really allowing them to grow in your mind until they're, hey, Munitsa, Anam. So if you want a card, I'm pulling cards from the Light Seers Tarot deck. Just say you want a card and I will pull a card for you. So yeah, Trace, the invitation is really to take care of your energy and allow this thing to be birthed, rather. I'm good, thank you, Minisa. I'm good now. So my conversation when I'm not pulling cards, and again, if you want a card from the Light Seers Tarot deck, just give me your name in the comments. My conversation today is about, of course, you can ask a question. Tracy saying, I only just realized you can put stuff down and come back later. Absolutely. Absolutely. Things are not going to vanish. Your projects, your ideas, they're not going to be stolen from you, or, they're not going to be to disappear. If you don't hold on to things, they don't vanish. I'm just going to let this sink. If we don't finish things right now, that's fine. Nobody's going to steal them. Or, if I don't finish up my donut, nobody's going to come and eat it out of my plate. I'm just going to let that sink. Of course, Munisa, you can ask a question. I do not answer predictive questions, like what's going to happen tomorrow or things of the sort. This is not what I do. I do intuitive energetic tarot, which means I pull cards that can show us, me and you, the energy that that show us. Sorry, I got distracted reading the comments. So I can. Sorry, I got really distracted there. My spirit team is really having kind of a nervous breakdown in my head at this minute. Sorry, let me go back. So yeah, I do energetic intuitive tarot. I connect with your energy, and the card is a support that helps me see what energy you can harness in your life. So the things that I don't do is discuss what's going to happen tomorrow, because tomorrow you are the creatrix of your life, just like you are today. And I have no clue what's going to happen, because you will be creating your life. And there is no way that this is a fixed future that I can read in the cards. At least that's my belief. And so I don't do predictive tarot. The other thing that I don't do is talk about other people. So your question, Mununisa, seems to be exactly the sort of question that I'm not answering, right? You can't know her intentions by asking a card from me. What I can pull a card to tell you what your intentions are. Are you really into this friendship, or are you not? Tracy says, I can be very childlike in the way I view projects. Fear, not enough. Huge thanks. Yes, of course, you can have a general reading, and I can discuss even this friendship that you're wondering about, but I cannot. And I highly recommend that you do not trust anyone who do readings for you about other people, right? Because, because it doesn't seem very ethical to me, to be honest. So, Munitsa. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. There we go. So you have a major arcana. So major arcanas in the tarot are the cards that signify either a major event, something big, something deep, something, or sometimes it's longer in time. It's not just for the next half hour, right? So it's a card that will, this energy will be around, in and around you for either long time, or it's something deep in your soul and heart. So you got the Empress, and the Empress is the divine feminine card. She is the earth and the moon. She is Gaia. She is the divine feminine expression of fertility, creativity, motherhood. She has this incredible power in creativity or fertility, if you want. It's the same in sensuality. She is this nurturing, abundant person or being that loves you unconditionally, like she does all of us on the planet and beyond. And so the invitation here is to unify in yourself, mind, body, spirit, heart, and to really allow for her to take you in a journey and give birth to your incredible future, to your abundance, to your creativity, and to really own that you are the creatrix as well as the receiver. So I create my life, and I am also the person who lives it, kind of, I am the painter, the painting, and the viewer. And so you are. The shadow side of this card is all about a little, maybe when I'm reading the little notes that the creator of the deck wrote there, and one of them usually pops into my eyes for you. And at this minute, the one that seems to pop is something around being too dependent on other people and not owning the incredible power that you have as a woman. So I hope it makes sense. If it does, tell me so. I love knowing. I still have some time for cards. So if anyone wants a card, just give me your name in the comments and say you want a card. So my pleasure. If anyone else wants a card, again, I still have some time. I am I am dealing with this intense emotional outburst, I would say, from my 8-year-old self, who was silenced for a very long time, and she now decided that she wants to talk, or rather she wants to express a lot of sadness. As I was saying, I'm trying to find ways for her to express herself without me interfering with my 55-year-old brain and my conscious and and my self-development tools and and the whole personal things that and all my journey. And I'm trying to let her express her emotions in a raw, um, straightforward way. And so I quickly realized that this was not going to happen with me journaling, because that's of the mind, and this was not going to happen in English because, well, my 8-year-old self did not speak English. And so I did two things. I gave her a couple of brushes and some paints, but she decided to mostly use my fingers. And I printed a couple of coloring images for her to color, and which means that. Oh, and I did something else also. I bought her a Barbie girl. I bought us a Barbie girl, a Barbie doll. Sorry, a Barbie doll that is going to. It's a mermaid one. It's one of those things that I know she would have loved, that did not exist at the time, and that if she had asked for it, would have been denied. And so, yeah, it's really, really important if we're going to do healing work with our past self to give this part of yourself the tools that they can use and not try and there is no way I can imagine my 8-year-old being healed by me journaling in English with a 55-year-old understanding of the situation. This is again me. This would be again me silencing her, and patronizing her. And I think I'm better way off with her just talking in the way that she can talk. And drawing and coloring and playing with a Barbie doll might be exactly what she needs. Hey, Kate, of course you can have a card. I'm trying to understand what TQVM means. I guess thank you very much. I never know. I'm not good at these abbreviation stuff. Anyway, let me connect with your energy, Kate. There we go. So you have a swords card, Kate, and the swords are, as I've been saying, it's interesting. I've had two swords cards today, and they don't come up very often for me, at least in my readings, but today. So the swords are the suit of the tarot that are connected with the brain, with the mind, with everything that goes on in the head. And they are connected with the element of air, with thoughts, ideas, anything that is floating around us and in our minds. And you have the Knight of Swords, and here he is. Look at the guy. The guy is determined. He's got a plan. He is in full action already, but he's got the plan. He's got the motorbike there waiting for him. He's got the, I don't know what, crossbow, I think it's called, in the back. So he's got the tools that he needs for whatever he's going to do, and he's got the vision. You've got this bird that might be an eagle or something of the sort, and it can see far away. So he's going there, and he's going fast, right? He's running, and then he's going to go on a motorcycle. So there's a lot of taking action and, not getting ready. You're already ready. So, hi, Christy. If you want a card, I'd love to pull a card for you. So yeah, Kate, there's a lot of intelligence, planning, decision-making, determination, ambition, maybe. And this assertiveness, this preparation, this will bring success. Will bring success. The shadow side of it, Kate, would be something. What I do for the shadow sides is I read what the amazing creator of this deck, the beautiful Chris Ann, has written as a shadow side, and one of them usually pops. And so I'm going to have a look for you, Kate. Yeah, the one that pops is impatience. Hey, Bernadette, sure, I have your message, but I'll be right there. So where was I? Sorry. So there's so many messages at this minute. I can't keep up with the comments. So yeah, Kate, the danger or the shadow side of this card would be impatience. So it would be something around beware not to expect results now and freak out if they don't show up or give up. Just keep on going. I hope that makes sense, because success is there. I'm pretty sure is there for you, but it's not immediate, right? But you've got all the preparation things. I hope it makes sense. If it does, Kate, please tell me so. I love knowing if it resonated. Christy, lovely, and then Bernadette. Thanks for the glow, ladies. I'm really impressed, I've been crying half of the morning, so I don't feel that glowy, but, who knows? Maybe it's because I'm leaving on a long girl trip weekend tomorrow, so I'm glowing, or because I'm talking to you guys. So I love doing that on Friday nights. It kind of finishes my week. So, Christy. Ooh. I was going to say there's something of a sorority evening. And look, you've got the sorority card. So this is the Three of Cups. So cups are the suit that are connected with the emotions, with the element of water. And so with everything that flows, everything fishy, no, joking, mermaids, and with the emotions. And this is the card of community, of sorority, the card that says that you function better with others, that you will benefit from being in a sorority, that you are also the person that brings people together. So it's about closeness, communication, about soul contracts with other people, and that brings abundance. Interesting, isn't it? So yeah, I'm really excited. I love this card. It's one of my favorite drawings. Isn't it beautiful? And there she has an Irish Celtic symbol on her back. Yeah, lovely card. So yeah, the idea is that you are there for others to witness them, and they are there for you as well. And you weave this beautiful tapestry of cooperation. The shadow side is for you. I'm going to read it to you just like it says so. A need to see the value you bring to a relationship. Sending love, darling Christy. No more comments. Okay, so Bernadette wants a card. Okay, so I have a troll at this minute, Laura Amy Medium, who comes here to invite people to friend her so that she can sell them readings. So I'm going to unfriend you as soon as this live is finished. But for now, I'm just going to send you to hell. Sorry, Bernadette. I can actually block you, I think. Yeah, that's it. You are blocked on Facebook. Voila. Okay, so Bernadette and then Irini. Sorry about this, ladies. It's a never-ending shit show of people trying to interfere, aren't they? Hi, Vero. It's done, Kate. I'm sorry. I didn't see her earlier on. I am going to obviously report her on Facebook as well. Oh my God, this is just, people have no energy. Okay, so let me go back. Bernadette, Where are you? There you are. There we are. Oops. Okay, so Bernadette, you have a swords card as well. It's a swords day today for me. And you have one of the most heartbreaking ones. So the invitation here is not to freak out. So you have the Three of Swords. 3 is the number of creation. And it's always about how you can create a new situation for yourself. So at this minute, this is what's happening. She is not happy. She is wearing her heart on her sleeve, as we say. So she is literally heartbroken. And that might be you, or that might be just how you feel, or that might be something that is in the process of happening. But it can be an energy. It can be not you. Sorry, I'm going to go and collect the shadow sides here, because obviously the shadow sides are important with this card. So for me, the first thing that comes immediately with this is, oh my God, what a great opportunity to heal that, because only when the wound is really open is it possible to heal it. And so there is an invitation to allow these shadows to come to light and to face them, face whatever is frightening and painful. And that means, allowing, accepting loss, accepting the pain, because there is another side to it, because you are source. You are not the pain. You are not the sadness. And that's interesting because it comes as a theme for this reading today, reading session. So yeah, you are not the sadness. You are not the pain. You are light. You are source, and you've got the power to enlighten this pain. And just like Martin Luther King said, it's all about the light. As soon as the light touches the shadow disappears. So it's by fearing to shed some light on our grief, loss, painful situations, that we kind of keep them alive. So now that they are enlightened, just, hold them. And there's nothing that you need to do about that. Just stay with and hold this part of you that needs to be shed some light and some love onto, and allow for the grief, the sadness to be expressed, and voila. And that will heal. That is the healing process. And yeah, so I think it's a very exciting time. I'm not saying it's an easy time, but it's a very exciting time, Bernadette, that you are facing. And I feel very connected to that kind of message right now. Irini, darling, I hope it makes sense, Bernadette. If it does, tell me so. I'm just going to read a few comments and then I'll come back to you, Irini. I just need to know who is in there. Yes, I hope to have a lot of fun on my trip. I will share some pictures of the ocean. I'm leaving tomorrow for 4 days. I look very young and beautiful. Am I not? Today, my son is turning 21. Kate says, amazing. You really gives me strength and courage to work on my plans. I love your energy. Oh, pleasure. Oh, yeah, you're right, Christy. Sometimes I can't feel it, but it's there. Yep, absolutely. Oh, I'm so sorry, Bernadette, about your cat. Yeah. Sending love. Christy loves the sorority. Coven. Okay. And then, yeah, thanks, Kate, and everyone else who mentioned the scammer. I'm really sorry about that. Obviously, I can't do much but report, and which I will do. And then we have, so Irini and then Vero. I'm trying to be strong, says Bernadette. Just a minute, Bernadette. This is not what I'm saying. This is not what I'm saying. I'm saying allow allow the fragility, allow the vulnerability, shed some light. It's not about being strong and resisting it. It's not. Oh, I won't see my son. He's celebrating with his friends. Grown up now. But, I'll see him soon enough. And he knows I love him. Oops. Card that jumped. That's for me. So, Irini and then Vero. And that would be my last call. If you want a card, ask now, because after that, I need to go and pack for my trip. So, Irini. When I think about you, I can picture you in where you live, and I love it. Yes, allow, exactly, Bernadette. Thank you for the blessings. Hi, Corinne. If you want a card, you have to specify you want a card. So, Irini, you have a card that I already pulled today, which is interesting. So you have a wand card, and wands are all about linked with the element of fire. So it's all about the whatever ignites us, desire, passion, the spark, the thing that starts. And the 7 is a number of spirituality. All magic things come by in 7. And so the 7 of wands would be obviously a spirituality card, as you see. And it's all about the bubble. So what's happening is she's got the fire under her ass, if I may. So there is a lot going on. There's a lot of energy of plans, projects, etc. But she has a very strong protective bubble. And what that calls is for boundaries. So the idea is that in our spiritual journey, we need all of us to remember that we have to take care of ourselves first. And so the invitation here is definitely for you, Irini, to remember that more and more, and to literally ground. So there's a lot to be done around grounding. Literally walking barefoot on the ground, or sitting on the ground, or even lying down on the ground, and protecting yourself. So creating an energetic, creative, protective bubble. There are many techniques around that, and so the idea is really that there is a lot going on. There is a lot of innovation, of movement, of growth going on. But without the protection, you might find yourself constantly being attacked. Whereas attacked on your, I mean, not physically, obviously, but attacked on your beliefs, on your ideas, etc. So it needs to, I feel that there is a strong invitation for you to go back to the roots of your energetic protection and energetic grounding, so that you can do your work in the world without feeling that you are defending yourself. So yeah, prepare. Kind of, it's about wearing our spiritual armor, not that, at all times. And that means carrying crystals, grounding, meditation, and remembering that you are not supposed to be loved by everyone. There will be scammers, there will be haters, and I'd go for Taylor Swift. Haters gonna hate, and doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I hope it makes sense, Irini. Then Vero is next. Oh, you've been doing a lot of grounding too, Vero. And then Corinne, obviously, you can have a card. Oops. So, Vero. Let me remind you, all of you, that I do these live tarot cards with random conversations most Fridays around 6:30 p.m. French time. I also do paying tarot readings, and you will find the link above the video or below, depending on where you're watching. If you don't find a link, and you're interested in a reading, you can reach out to me at any point. Remember that my prices are going to be upped very soon. So if you're interested on buy a tarot thing, a tarot reading, I do 3 cards reading on video with a bonus 4th card from an oracle deck. Well, you find the link somewhere or you reach out to me. So, okay. Vero, your card seems to be hiding, so just give me a sec. I'll find it. I sound British. No, I am not British. I was born in Greece. My father was from Switzerland. I live in France. I've lived in France most of my life. So I sound a mixture of all this. I've studied English extensively in the UK and in the US. I was an English teacher for years, and my accent is my own. There you go, Vero. There it is. Ooh, so you got a major arcana, Vero. You've got the Lovers. So it's number 6. And I love this card. It's beautiful, isn't it? The problem with this deck is that all the characters, all the persons in there, whether man or woman, are so pretty. Can you fall in love with a card character? Yes, you can. Why not? Why not? My favorite is the King of Swords, to be honest. So the Lovers. Sorry, Vero. The Lovers. Obviously, it's about love, but but it's also about duality. So, about choices, about the fact that we decide how we go into a relationship, what kind of relationships we create with others. So it's about choosing to allow yourself to fall in love, choosing to allow yourself to be yourself in the relationship and not be intertwined so much with the other that you kind of disappear, and I love about this card that they remain absolutely intertwined with the hair, for instance, but they also remain absolutely themselves. And so there's a strong invitation, again, for boundaries there, but in relationships for you, Vero, an invitation to take care of yourself in the relationship, and that means, and that might be the shadow side of, it's not shadow side, but the complement would be a strong need for reinforced self-love, because it starts with us, right? If I don't love myself, there is no way I'm gonna be myself in a relationship, and there is no way that the other can see me as me and accept me as me if I don't even do that for myself. So obviously the major arcanas, Vero, are a strong invitation to do that, or to harness this energy in a deep way, because they're not going anywhere, the major arcanas. And so if you're already doing that, keep going. Keep going and allow for this to be your path. And I feel like I need to add that. I don't know, sometimes I sense things. I feel that maybe it's also what you need to teach. I hope that makes sense. So, Corrine, thanks for the confirmations as well. There we go, Corrine. Oh, it's interesting how sometimes, very often, as a matter of fact, cards come twice in my reading sessions. I'm happy it makes sense, Vero. So the card that you got, Corinne, is a major arcana as well. So major arcanas are really talking to us about something deep, something that is emotionally very or spiritually very present in our lives, whether it's on the long run or in deep. And so you got the Empress. The Empress is the number 3, and 3 is the number of creativity, and the Empress is the divine feminine personification. So she is Gaia, she is the pregnant woman, she is the moon, she is fertility, creativity, she is the unconditional love that we get from the planet. She's a reminder that you are the creatrix. You are the person that your life is based upon, basically, that you create the life that you want at any given moment, that there is no one that can take away this power from you. You are the goddess. And you are the creatrix. And for me, that is a major realization or reminder for you to keep going on that. I mean, like, and really let go of any ideas of people exploiting you, or and owning the fact that you are freaking creatrix. You are freaking creating the world as we speak. And so the again the invitation is to own that. That means that you can own that you are creating this future and this present, by the way, for yourself. And so it's of course it's inviting you to use the law of attraction and manifesting in any way, shape, or form. But it's also a reminder that your creation, which might be your life, or even if you're an artist and you're creating stuff, your creations are, or if you're a mother, our creations do not belong to us. Just like our life, I create my life, but as soon as I'm done creating it, it's, as soon as an event is out there, I create the event where I come and talk to you about tarot cards today. But obviously, as soon as I start, it's not mine anymore. It's just our children. They come through us, just like our paintings. They come through us, and then they go into the world. And if we try to protect it too much, we deprive ourselves of the expression of the love that is coming from other people and from ourselves, from self-love, and we deprive the world from our creations. And the world needs every woman in particular to be creative and to own their creativity, to own their divine feminine. So it's an amazing invitation, Corinne. I hope it makes sense. And if it does, please tell me so. I love to know if my readings resonate. This is my absolute last call for cards. So if anyone wants a card. And in the meantime, I'm going to remind you of my message for today. So my message for today is, if you are in a situation where you know that you have unexpressed emotions, that these emotions, I'm happy it resonates. My pleasure, Corinne. So if you are in this place where you know that you have emotions that have not been expressed, and you know that they need to be expressed, it's really important that you focus on finding which part of you needs to be expressed, and what would be their choice of tool to express it. So if you, I don't know, if your teenage self wants to express herself, maybe she'd love to dance to the music that she used to dance to when she was a teenager. If it's your 4-year-old, maybe she wants to jump in puddles. If it's your 5-year-old, maybe she wants to color Disney pictures like I did last week. Yeah, I colored mermaid pictures. Ariel, I love you. So yeah, find out who needs to express themselves through you or in you, and let them express themselves in with the tools that they could use, and not you, not your actual you, because your actual you. Um, I think basically that all healing is self-healing. So if my 8-year-old needs some, if my 8-year-old, sorry, needs some healing, I'd rather have her heal herself than me trying to force feed her healing. So yeah, that was my message for the day. Expressiveness and finding the correct tools. I will now love you and leave you, and I will be back next week around same time. If you want one of my paid readings, which are obviously a little longer and more in depth, you will find the link above the video or under, so depending on where you watch it. If there is no link, you can still reach out to me and I will send you a link ASAP. I'm sending lots of love to each and every one of you. Take care. Bye.